Hey, what's up, people? I was going through some of my stuff and I found some notebooks that I was keeping. I mentioned it in a earlier video, but my earlier videos were all kind of jumbled up, so you may not have seen it. I'm a compulsive gambler, and when I stopped gambling, I started to keep some notebooks of just my feelings. Some of them were quite disturbing, to be honest, but I was a mess. I was a complete mess. I'm not going to go into in this video about why I gambled or about it, but it is an illness. Compulsive gambling is an illness, and I just thought I'd read out some of the stuff that I was thinking at the time. And I found a notebook, and I just was like sitting through reading it, and I had put on it what I loved about gambling. It's just written in a notebook here, nothing exciting. But anyway, I thought I would read it. Okay. Let's just get to the part that I wanted to. I've got to be careful, because when I started going to GA, there's people there who would sit down and talk about their experiences of gambling, and I wrote it after I heard something. I don't want to tell you the guy's name. I wrote it down, but I don't want to say it because it's his right not to, for me to broadcast it. I'll say X in place of his name. X pointed out in the end he didn't seem to care if he won or lost. It was the taking part that mattered. I'm in total agreement. When I play poker, I love the whole experience. I love the culture, the chips, the history, the mathematics, statistics, the stories. But what I love most is the excitement that we all know. That feeling that nothing else has ever been able to replace. My heart goes up. My heart rate goes up, and I'm so focused that an earthquake wouldn't show up on my radar. My heart, it feels that it's in my throat, and when I get into a big hand, it eventually feels that my heart is in my mouth. It's like the point before orgasm. It's the feeling. It's better as the feeling is sustained over a longer period. At one point when gambling, everything seems to click into place, and it's like a religious experience. Poker become my life and God. As the blinds move around the table, I'm scooping up blinds and picking up hands, and woe behold to anyone who dares challenge me. I am at that moment the all-powerful. The sad part about it is it's all an illusion, and I will lose, as I cannot walk away from the table. Luck eventually will run out, and then the nightmare begins, trying to win back what I lost. At the start, everything still feels the same, but my heart is no longer racing, and instead of my heart being in my throat, all I seem to feel is nausea in its place. I no longer want to be part of it, but I cannot walk away unless I am at least even, so I can continue. Instead of playing large pots, I am playing for pennies. At this point, I find myself thinking, what's the point? When I eventually lose the last of my stake, it feels like a welcome relief. I can now leave the table and eat or sleep, or at least try to. That's just a part of the something that I wrote down, and I kept a lot of notebooks. I wouldn't say they're diaries because they're not dated at all. Well, I suppose some of them are, but that doesn't really matter. That was just something that I was feeling at the time, and I scribbled it down because I needed to express it and get it out of me. But going back to one thing that I wrote down there, what is the point? What is the point of it? You know, all it caused was destruction. Nothing good ever come of my gambling, and I don't want to go back to it on there. They're quite personally, these diaries, because they're not just about gambling. It's how I was feeling in my life, my job, my social life, and because of the gambling, probably the lack of it. But yeah, I don't know what this video is for. I just felt the need to read that. Thanks.